Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. Guys, Manchester United are among the finalists of the UEFA Europa League 2024-2025 season after a convincing 4-1 win and 7-1 win in aggregate against Athletic Club at Old Trafford. It was a comeback for Manchester United, and the final has been set at San Mamés, Spain, Bilbao, the 21st of May between Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United. It's going to be difficult final, that is, because United have found it difficult to win against Spurs, and I think it's just one win of the past two seasons for United against Tottenham Hotspurs. But final neutral venue, anything can happen. United have advantage because they played at San Mamés against Bilbao in the first leg where they won 3-0. They already have a sneak of what at the San Mamés is like, so that might be an advantage for Manchester United. Also, the experience, capitals like this experience also is a factor. United knows how to win finals. They've won it against Ajax in 2017. They've won the Champions League against Chelsea, so against Bayern also. So United have the winning mentality. Apart from Spurs, I don't know when last they won a trophy, so I'm not going to talk about that. But talking about experience, and that gives United an upper hand. But I won't be surprised to see Spurs having a more percentage of winning this tie. But as far as I'm concerned, in Europa League, all the games I've watched where Manchester United are involved, I think anything can happen, and until the last minute, you cannot write Manchester United off. So the final has been set. United now have like three games to play in the Premier League, if I'm not wrong, which I don't think there is going to be much concern on priority on those games. At the moment, United will be trying not to have any more injuries. Already they have Lisandro Martinez, Joshua Zirkzee, and Diego Dalot out injured, but Matthias de Ligt and Eden Heaven might return just in time before the final in Bilbao. So at the moment, I think we are going to see more of the youngsters given a chance to impress ahead of the next season, which is going to be crucial for Ruben Amorim and his team. So guys, remember when I said that this game, yesterday's match was going to be difficult because Bilbao were going to attack because they didn't have any reason to defend. They were trailing by 3 goals in aggregate, so they needed to attack, and they had nothing to lose. So they were attacking, and that is exactly what happened. Ruben Amorim started with almost the same lineup. He went with against Bilbao in the first leg. Andonana in goal, Leny Yoro, Harry Maguire, and Victor Lindelof in defense, back three. Mazraoui as a right wing back, Patrick Dogu as a left wing back, Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte, the two deep midfielders. Bruno Fernandes, Alejandro Garnacho as the attacking midfielders, with Rasmus Højlund as the lone striker. Amad Diallo started on bench, which I think is not surprising because he's just coming up from an injury. Remember, de Ligt was rushed against Brentford, and we know what happened. He was injured again, and according to Amorim, he said the light injury is not that serious and just not a major problem, and maybe we could have him back just in time before the 21st of May. So we started the game poorly. Yeah. It was so poor from the first minute. We were sloppy, not aggressive enough off the ball, and I think this plays an advantage for Athletic Club because they were attacking. Bilbao, if they had their star players yesterday, Inaki Williams, Sunset, and Inaki Williams, I think it could have been different in the first half because they created chances in the first half. That is because when I was looking at Harry Maguire, Lindelof, Manuel Ugarte, they were giving away the ball most of the time. Rasmus Højlund always giving the ball back to the opponent, and the way Bilbao were just running in our midfield like there was nobody there, it was just shocking because United, when they were when they were defending, they were inviting the pressure in their own territory. They were inviting the pressure and giving Andonana and Harry Maguire, Delhi, rather Euro and Vitendelo hard time, because if our midfielders are dropping down, it's going to be difficult to defend. Trust me. And we really struggled in the first half because we couldn't manage to cope with the pressure. Bilbao fans were supporting their players, and Bilbao were also attacking. And eventually, Bilbao scored the first goal in the first half. Brilliant strike there by Bilbao. Guess what? A mistake from Harry Maguire. He didn't know where he was passing the ball. He just passed the ball and he didn't care where the ball went. He didn't care who was there. So these tiny mistake are costing us a lot this season. And I'm a bit surprised. The blame is on Andre Onana. He couldn't save that. Come on, guys. Sometimes you just need to give credits to the opponent, because just letting the player each and every game he consider. I know Onana is a joker. Sometimes he concede cheap goals that should not even concede. But yesterday's goal was not on Onana's. Let's be sincere, guys. The strike was perfect. The placing was great. Onana tried his best, but somehow he couldn't reach it. If you want to blame Onana for the goal we conceded, you are going to blame Bilbao's goal for the goal Mount scored, the first one. You are going to blame David Raya for the goal scored by Hakimi. These strikes cannot be saved, guys. If a keeper saves it, it's just a miracle, Jan Sommer saved that Lamine Yamal shot. Just a miracle. So yesterday's goal, I think it was not on Andonana, if I'm being honest with you. And I want to put this straight. If the goal we consider against Bilbao was all in our defense, Harry Maguire was the architect of that goal. He blindly passed the ball, thinking that Lindelof was going to get the ball, but somehow he did not. And the first shot actually was blocked by, I don't know, Lindelof or who, and the second shot was not blocked by anybody, and it went back in the net. So after that goal, I think Bilbao they were now on momentum. They were again having the momentum, and they were attacking, and eventually we were lucky not to be 2-0 down in the first half, because if we went 2-0 down in the first half, the second half was going to be difficult. So at the moment, the first half finished 1-0 in favor of Bilbao. I thought maybe second half is going to be different, because I knew Amorim is going to make changes, and those changes will make a difference. So in the second half, yes, we started. Before going to the second half, we had chances also in the first half. We always have chances. If you watch United games, if you don't watch the games United play, if they lose, you'll say Amorim should go. But if you watch those games, you will not even mention Amorim should go, because we always create chances. The problem is finishing those chances. In the first half against Bilbao yesterday, we had 2 clear chances. Patrick Dogu had a chance. He didn't take it. And Garnacho had a clear chance. All he had to do was to, go past keeper and score the goal to make it 1-1, but somehow he didn't. So Alejandro Garnacho needs to work on his finishing as soon as possible. So in the second half, it was much different. United made changes with Amad Diallo coming, replacing Amad Diallo, actually. Luke Shaw and Mason Mount came in the second half. And Garnacho was among the players hooked off. Garnacho, Gatti, and Mazraoui. So Patrick Dogu was went back to right wing back, with Luke Shaw coming in as left wing back. Left wing back, with Mount playing as in the position of Alejandro Garnacho, Amad Diallo playing in the position of Bruno Fernandes, that is the right midfielder. Bruno Fernandes now was deep with Casemiro in that midfield. So after those 3 changes by Ruben Amorim, the game changed completely. The first attack was by Amad Diallo. So after that, United now begin to play football, and now that's when it didn't even take more than 10 minutes. Didn't take long before United find their way back into the game through Mason Mount, who scored back to back for the first time in his Manchester United career since his arrival in June 2023. Um, Look, I think the first goal was all about Lenioro, the way he dribbled past the Bilbao players and eventually pushed it to Mount, who took it perfectly and placed it perfectly to make it 1-1. And at the moment, United have already qualified for the final. I thought maybe Bilbao will be, trying to attack. Yes, they did attack, and by attacking, they are vulnerable in the defense. And United scored the second goal through Casemiro after a brilliant free kick taken by Bruno Fernandes to make it 2-1 in favor of Manchester United. 2-1, and now the tie was done and dusted. United were not finished yet. Yet again, Amad Diallo perfect run on the right side to pass it to Højlund, who had just one thing to do, just push it in the net, and he did so to make it 3-0. At the moment, I thought the game was done at 3-1. A mistake from Bilbao's keeper and chance taken perfectly by Mason Mount to score his second goal of the game and make it 4-1 in favor of Manchester United. He scored a halfway line goal with his weaker foot, the left foot, to make it 4-1 for Manchester United and 7-1 in aggregate. And that was a comeback at Old Trafford, a second half comeback, completely different second half to make it a 7-1 in aggregate in favor of Manchester United. Even though it was a convincing 4-0 win in the second half, there are some things I need to point out. We were so vulnerable at the back in the first half. I'm not being harsh, but if you ask me, I wouldn't want to see that back three against Spurs in the final. I would want to see the back three of Lenioro, Maguire, and Lindelof in the final. Lenioro is perfect, but Lindelof and Maguire, guys, I don't want to see that back three in the final. I'm hoping for a quick recovery for Matthijs de Ligt and Eden Heaven. If you can have Eden Heaven, Lenioro, and Matthijs de Ligt back against Spurs in the final, having Mazraoui as a right wing back and Dogu Osho as a left wing back, I think it's going to be interesting because yesterday we were so leaky in the defense. It was a leak in the defense, and a team like Spurs, they have Matthias Tel, they have Son, Brennan Johnson. They can take they can take the chances that Bilbao didn't take yesterday. So I would like to see Harry Maguire being involved more as an attacking player, not than a defending player. I like to see Maguire up front there because he plays like an attacking player, not like a defensive player. For me, I'd want to see Maguire coming the second half, maybe replacing Rasmus Højlund, up front. But in defense, I wouldn't want him in defense against Spurs, if you ask me. So I'll be hoping that the Light and then Heaven can recover from their respective injuries in time to face Spurs the 21st of May. We have time. Today is I think 9th, if I'm not wrong. So that is more like after 13 days, like 11 days. They have 11 days to recover for the final, which I think Eden Heaven can make it. On Wednesday, he was training individually, and that means he's closer to return to full team training. So if you can have Eden Heaven or maybe the Light back, or even both of them back, it will be a big boost for us. And also, we pray that none of our current players gets injured because we wouldn't want anything like that to happen. As I said, remaining 3 games, not a priority to me. If you ask, Amorim, please don't risk our star players like Madialo and so and so. So give the youth a chance. We need to see whom can be given a chance in the first team next season and whom should be loaned and maybe retained back at the academy.